They took the basic DNA from Eclaire and they added in one banana and in the other one pistachio. However, there's a little bit of a difference between the two. Do we really need all the three? Do we really need it launch on the market with this extra notes added to one and to the other of the two sisters of Eclaire? Well, I will give you straight up my answer. The answer is no, we don't need it. Pistache is the worst of them. It's the weakest. It remains something like a soap, like a very sweet soap, or like a shower gel. I don't really think they will be successful, even if influencers really promote them and everybody says, wow, Pistache is something crazy. No, it's not crazy. It's crazily bad, crazily weak. Hey guys, let's talk today a little bit about one of the greatest perfumes that Lataffa produced. This is Eclaire. And we not only talk about Eclaire, we talk about the 3 Eclairs that are right now on the market. This one was launched in 2024, as you probably know, and it has recently, during this summer of 2025, this one has 2 little brothers or sisters, because they are all, the 3 of them, unisex. They created some spin-offs, let's say so, based on Eclaire, and the other 2 are called also Eclaire. One is Eclaire Pistache, which is green, minty green, well actually pistachio green, and the second one, they were launched together, so it's not one before the other. And the second one, it's called Eclaire Banoffi, and it has an inspiration of banana. So the idea is not necessarily to make a full review of Eclaire and of the other 2, because I have the samples from the other 2. I have here pistachio and I have here Banoffi, pistache actually. And here I put, I sprayed on a piece of paper also this Eclaire, because I own only the original Eclaire. Actually, it's not an original. Yes, it's the first one created by Lataffa, but it's not an original because Eclaire is inspired by Bianco Latte created by Giardini di Toscana. Well, although I will not make a comparison between this one and Bianco Latte, I have to tell you from the very first start that I consider Eclaire much better than the real original. Eclaire, the first Eclaire, is in my opinion much stronger, much pleasant and seductive than Bianco Latte from Giardini di Toscana, and it persists better. And maybe another time I will also create a comparison between the 2. But right now, because I have some sample of Bianco Latte, but this is not the topic for us today. We compare these 3. It's the bottle and the brothers, the sisters. They are not bad perfumes. But my favorite is this one. It smells like, although it's called Eclaire, it rather smells like cookies or like cappuccino pudding. This is the best fragrance of cappuccino like, because it's a gourmand, but it's not an impossible gourmand. It's not a photorealistic gourmand. It's still smelling like a real perfume. It's not so gourmandy that you risk being compared to a cookie, but it has strong smell of cookies, of toffee cookies and of cappuccino, and I really enjoy it. To make one thing clear, I do not prefer as number one in my all-time perfumes. I do not prefer this DNA. It doesn't make me crazy completely, but I enjoy Eclaire, and I'm using it sometimes when it's time to go to bed, for example, when I receive guests in my home. I don't exactly use it outside, but it's not bad for outside either. It's just my preference. It's very good because it's inviting and pleasant, and I like to sniff myself. It persists moderately, and the sillage is not that great. This is something else, another topic about the quality of Lataffa perfumes, which I don't find so high. They create good dupes, good fragrances, but they are not top of the top of the top. And as I always say, what I mainly don't like about Lataffa is that they create a lot of perfumes based on the same core DNA, and when they dry down, they lose fast all their specificity, and what remains is kind of the same fragrance. If you use one perfume or the other, or 10, 20 from Lataffa, you will end up smelling similarly after only a couple of hours, and this is what I really don't like. But there are some exceptions from these rules, and one of them is Eclaire, because I like Eclaire. And this one, even if it's not that persistent, it's moderately persistent, but it somehow preserves that cappuccino smell, although it's very slight, or it remains very slight after 6 hours. It doesn't remain on clothes and on my skin till the next day, for sure not. So don't expect to be a very powerful one, but it's very interesting at the beginning, and during the first 2, maximum 3 hours, you will smell very good and inviting. So this is about the original. Now the other two. So I said I have here Banoffi and Pistache. From the other two, my favorite is Banoffi, although I'm not a lover of banana fragrances. However, I consider Banoffi better than Banana Bliss from Paris Corner, for example. Yeah, it's better. It has a more natural fragrance, or a banana fragrance. So it really smells like a banana peel, not like a synthetic banana syrup. And the other one, Pistache, doesn't really smell like a pistachio. It doesn't even smell too much as Dubai chocolate, because this is why it was created, as an inspiration from Dubai chocolate. And they made a combination. Why I don't like too much the two sisters of Eclaire? Because they are the uglier sisters. This one makes a statement. You smell somebody with Eclaire and you know that it's something unique, and it's something well formulated and structured. The other two are some random mixes. They are not well proportioned, and they don't make a statement. They are just a mixture with everything that end up after the dry down, which is quite fast, after 2, maximum 3 hours. Something sweet remains, but uncertain and unclear. They are both very confusing and confused perfumes, but Pistache is the worst of them. It's the weakest. It remains something like a soap, like a very sweet soap, or like a shower gel, like a sweet shower gel. If I didn't read that it includes pistachio, I wouldn't know what they put here. I like banana Banoffi better than pistache with pistachio because they put a stronger and deeper smell of banana in here, authentic banana, and they didn't keep so much the coffee fragrance in Eclaire. It became like Banoffi. It is rather like sweet bread with milk and banana, with a banana shake. So it's like a sweet cake without chocolate or without coffee in it, and souring milkshake, banana milkshake. However, the fragrance of banana, the aroma, stays better even after 1 day or two, because I tested them repeatedly during the last week, and the banana smell remains, and you can really understand that there is or used to be slight banana. It's not that similar to Eclaire. They have some similarities, of course, and I will read you the notes. However, it can stand alone. It's not just an Eclaire with something extra, as pistache is. That's why I don't like pistache. And I will tell you right now why I don't like it. Because pistache still holds the smell of cappuccino. And is somehow weaker. Yeah, it's not as strong. The cappuccino smell is not as strong as in Eclaire. And the perfume itself is not as powerful and impactful as Eclaire. It's just a dimmed down Eclaire, still smelling of cappuccino, but with an addition of what they call pistachio, but it can be anything, actually, anything. This can be a green alga, just like green something in there. It smells a little bit green. Maybe it's just my mind coupling up pistachio with their color green, and that's why I'm describing it as green, but it's not a clear pistachio in here. So they ruined Eclaire and they added some tiny pistachio spread on it. And when it dries off, it remains like a faint, sweet soap, as I told you. At least Banoffi, with its banana in it, you can still smell as using a perfume. This one can be a somehow stronger shower gel, but not strong enough to show the others that you used a perfume. Then let's see what is in here as a composition, and we will compare all three of them. Pistache has pistachio and spread cream pistachio as top notes. Then in the middle notes it has whipped cream, coconut and cocoa. The cocoa actually smells very much like the composition from Eclaire, which doesn't have cocoa. This one doesn't have cocoa, but has actually the same smell as this one. And the base note for pistache is vanilla, milk and musk. Then Banoffi with the banana, it has in top notes banana and dulce de leche, which is a South American sweet, which is milk with caramelized sugar in it. You cook the milk on a stove and you put sugar and you mix it and stir and stir and stir till the sugar in the milk becomes caramelized and the composition gets thicker, like a cream, like a spread cream. So actually, this also has a sweet, milky spread in it, plus the banana. Pretty much the same. Then, in Banoffi, we have mid notes, vanilla and whipped cream, exactly like in the other one. And the base notes are pralines, biscuits, and musk. You will see that musk is in the base notes of all of them, all of the three of them. But it's just very, very slightly powdery. And you can feel most of all the musk in Banoffi, then just a little bit in here in Eclaire, because Eclaire has that strong praline cappuccino aroma, and this is what dominates here. And then in Pistache version, the musk doesn't say a story at all. It's almost not there. And let's see what are the notes in Eclaire, the basic Eclaire. We have caramel, milk, and sugar. So that caramel with milk creates the fragrance of cappuccino for me, in my opinion. Although they don't write here coffee, they maybe are not completely honest with the ingredients, because in the composition of Bianco Latte, which is very similar to this one, they say that they included some type of tonka beans. I don't exactly remember how they are called, but they are similar to tonka beans. So this is why it's the coffee-ish smell in this one and in the original Bianco Latte. In the middle notes, we have honey and white flowers. The white flowers are not really showing from Eclaire. I never, and I have it by now for 3 months, I guess. I already have it for 3 months. I still couldn't find the white flowers in Eclaire. I feel the milk, but not the white flowers. And the base note, it's vanilla, pralines, and musk. So everybody, all the three ones, they have musk. Vanilla, they all have it. Except the Pistache, which also has vanilla, but in the middle notes, not in the base notes like the others two. Then pralines are with the basic Eclairs and in Banoffi. Whipped cream we find in the both sisters, but not in the basic Eclair. And then we have quite some differences. Pralines, pralines are in Banoffi and Eclaire, if I haven't mentioned before. And that is that. The compositions, they seem different, but in reality, we really have basically three Eclairs, quite the same, but two are not that good. Two do not say an individual story. If you use Banoffi or Pistache, you really don't smell of something specific. When you smell like Eclaire, you can feel Eclaire. And Eclaire is not 100% a clone of Bianco Latte. It's not exactly. Maybe it's like 85%, but as I told you, I find this one better. I don't like these two. They are useless, in my opinion. They say nothing, they don't impress people. this is the real deal. This is the impressive one. We have a winner, we have two losers, two trials that are not at all a success in my opinion. I will never ever purchase these two, but probably when I will finish this bottle, although I don't use it very often, I would like to purchase another Eclaire, just to have it in my collection, to sometimes spray it on when I want to wear this type of perfume. Guys, please let me know if you have some experience with Eclaire, the first one, or with the other two, if you already tried them. If you like, maybe you have another opinion and you really like the two little sisters, or at least one of them. And thank you very much for being here.